Do you have signs of depression like lack of energy and low motivation after eating a tomato or eggplants? Or maybe you have acid reflux or some inflammation in the body. If so, then this video might be for you. But first, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Reynelda Jones, and I am the CEO and lead therapist here at A Solution B, a holistic mental health private practice located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We specialize in working with women leaders and women entrepreneurs who are experiencing stress, anxiety, and childhood trauma PTSD symptoms. So welcome. If you're a new follower, thank you for joining me today on any of my social media platforms. And if you are a current follower, thank you for the support. I'm glad you're here. If you've ever experienced symptoms of depression like low motivation, low mood, tiredness, or maybe some physical health symptoms after eating things that are like tomatoes or eggplants or peppers, then this video might be for you. What we're talking about are nightshades. And the first question is, what are nightshades? Well, while many people associate nightshades with vegetables, these foods are actually fruit. The nightshade family includes tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, tobacco, potatoes, and other starchy vegetables or fruit. One question I often get is who should not eat foods from the nightshade family? Well, before we even start talking about nightshade sensitivity, there are a few groups of people who should stay away from the nightshades due to the risk they could have on their health. For instance, if you're diabetic, nightshades may not be a good option for you as they are high in carbs and can raise your blood sugar levels to an unhealthy level. If you have chronic pain, nightshades could increase the pain you experience. And if you have a known autoimmune disease like inflammatory bowel disease, also called IBD, or Crohn's disease or colitis, nightshades might actually worsen your symptoms. When people experience nightshade sensitivity, they are actually sensitive to the high amount of alkaloids in the food. Alkaloids are primarily food in the stems and leaves of the plants, and though there's some alkaloids in part of the plants that we actually do eat, they often have a very bitter flavor and function as a natural insect repellent. If you've experienced diarrhea, digestive issues, physical pain, heartburn, nausea, acid reflux, and other gastrointestinal issues, you may have a sensitivity to nightshades. The best way to figure this out is through elimination. Stop eating the nightshades, including foods that are made with nightshades like tomato sauces, for several weeks and take note of how you feel. And as you gradually add these foods back into your lifestyle, keep note of how you feel. If your symptoms stopped when you cut those foods out of your diet and reappeared when you added them back in, then you are likely to have a sensitivity to nightshades. If you experience acid reflux while eating nightshades but aren't ready to cut them out of your diet entirely, try this handy trick. Take an ice pack and put it on your sternum and above your heart 20 minutes before you eat. Let that sit for 15 minutes, and that should relax the little flap that's in your esophagus. If that does not work, try to drink some juices that are not acidic, like celery juice. If this juice was to come up, it would not be as painful because of the lower acid. Sensitivity to nightshades may indicate a larger issue, such as a presence of IBD, Crohn's disease, or colitis. And with these conditions, the protective lining in the bowel is actually broken, which can cause something called leaky gut. When you're eating nightshades, the alkaloids can be so toxic to the body that they leak out. And if you're experiencing more severe symptoms such as hives, skin rashes, itchiness, nausea, vomiting, excessive mucus production in the throat and nose, achy muscle joints, or general inflammation, you could have an allergy to nightshades. This is beyond a sensitivity. In this case, you should take an allergy test so you know if you need to avoid nightshades completely. While nightshades can be delicious, they are also toxic to other plants and animals. Potato plants are especially poisonous to animals, so make sure your pets stay away from your plants or your compost bin. Nightshades can also be toxic to other plants. Just last summer, my mint plant that has been growing there for years fell over and hit a potato plant I had growing in my yard. And when I lifted it, part of my plant was wilted away. It was drying up and turning brown. It had only been there for a couple of days. So ensure that you're thinking not only of yourself when you're talking about nightshades, but also living things in your home. I know. I'm a mental health therapist and I haven't brought up anything about mental health and nightshades. I do have a small segment on this. Here it goes. So, many mental health symptoms, particularly depression, can be connected to inflammation in the body. This includes your organs, this includes your muscles, or even your brain. And this is why it's so important for us and our therapists to be aware of how nightshade foods are impacting you as clients. So, make sure to always be taking care of your physical health and remember that some physical ailments might actually appear to be mental health ailments. So, just to summarize, what we consume can play a huge role in how we function throughout the day. Internally, it can cause inflammation by activating our brain, gut, heart axis. And lastly, foods can make us more susceptible to having difficulty concentrating, elevating or lowering our energy, as well as exacerbating symptoms of chronic health issues. But if you're ready to start incorporating a variety of natural whole foods beyond nightshades into your lifestyle, make sure you grab my Mood Boosting Foods e-cookbook to start your journey today. So tell me in the comments below, have you ever experienced any of these conditions or energy issues or symptoms of depression or notice any changes when consuming foods that are in the nightshade family? I love to hear what you've experienced so we can help other people too. Until next time, bye-bye.